All right, hello and greetings from Vulcanus. So, off camera, I went around and I placed out a bunch of radar around the edge here, and I just let them run for a little bit and opened up some more of the map. I have since taken them up. Since there's no real reason to have the radar here because the biters aren't going to get any closer because there are no biters, and since the destroyers are not going to get any closer because they're territorial, sort of. I did find out the hard way that if you place a radar like here and these guys are here, sometimes they cross, they don't stay right within this border. They cross over this border to turn around and stuff. And I lost a few solar cells to that early on, and I went and snagged them all back up and moved them back away from the border a little bit. So give yourself some room on these borders because they will cross them. But anyway, so I put down radars, opened up the map a bit. The other thing I did off camera is I went around and I cleaned up all of the boulders and the geysers and the trees and the what have yous that are all laying around on the ground in this area as free resources. And with the bots, it was fairly easy to just go in and take a deconstruction planner and grab it. And that's what we came up with. All of these are steel chests, and they're all full except for the very end ones. And the very end ones, some of them are completely empty, some of them are almost full, etc. But that's what we ended up with resources just picking the stones up off the ground. Now there are no stones on the ground. So just to give you some idea of the amount of stuff that's just laying around out there for the taking. So today, first thing we're going to do is let's take a look over here at Fulgura. And if we go to Fulgura, you can see we've got another 2,500 science to go home. We're still making science. We got another 2,000 here. And because this is just requesting the 2.5. So we are ready to send the platform back out, get some more Fulgura science. I haven't made this a definitive route yet. From novice to here, just because haven't done it, and we're not making huge amounts here at any one time, and we're not using a huge amounts for research, so we're just doing it that way. So we're going to go ahead and go over here and make sure everything is set up here. Check out the Valley Forge. Okay, we've got ammo, we've got some spare water. Let us go ahead and send this to Fulgura, and it'll head on its way to go pick up resources. We're good to go on that. Now, while that's doing that, let's talk about what we're going to do here. And what I'm going to do, first thing I want to do is I want to set up power. And now that we've got that all cleared out, and all the rocks out of the way and everything else, what I think I'm going to do is I want to set my factory up kind of around this area maybe. Because we get this coal patch here, and I certainly don't want to encroach on the coal patch. We've got the calcite and the sulfuric acid over on this side. We've got lava like everywhere. And then the tungsten ore seems to be a lot of it on this side. We can come around with whatever's next. So I think we're going to do the factory in this area. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here and we're going to put down solar. We're going to set up our power. And then we'll go from there. The next thing I kind of want to do, I want to make two things. I want to make our forges, or our foundries rather, and I want to start making these big mining drills. So those are our next two goals, is those two, and whatever support equipment we need for that. And I'm going to put quality modules in there from the get-go, and we're going to get that all kind of going with quality and what have you. So let's go down here. Who's getting hit? Yeah, novice again, as usual. The train takes care of all of this at this point. There are a couple of spots. Now, this one's got the extension at the end. There are a couple of spots where, like, I need to extend my lasers out past my shoreline, so we've got extra lasers. I just haven't gone back and done it. At some point, we will. Right now, though, even with the green biters and stuff, it's not been a problem. It's not a worry anymore. So we're going to go ahead and set our first one down here, and then we're going to take advantage of robots. I have this somewhere as a blueprint. but I don't have it on me right now. So we're just going to set this down, make a quick blueprint, and then stamp it. And let the bots do all the work for us. Come on. I do it that way because, of course, you know, otherwise those are unused spaces. So we may as well, right? All right. So now we can just go ahead and go stampity, stampity, stamp. Stabbity, stabbity, stab. Tankity, tankity, tank. So we are out of solar panels already. That's okay. We will leave these stamped down the way they are. And when we get solar panels made, we'll deal with that. Meanwhile, let's also put down our accumulators, get that all set up. Oops. And at some point we will get our solar panels going and whatnot, but for right now we're good. Oh, I keep forgetting you don't have to, I don't have to go around anymore. One of the great things about that mech suit, man. This is that's also gonna make it so much easier when it comes to running phone lines around, or not phone lines, train lines across the ocean and stuff. Gonna make it so much easier. All right, so that's good enough for now. That's got us going. That's all of them that we have. So let us bring our power up here a little further. And then I think what we want to do is I'm gonna lay out a grid. I don't want to put it in the coal, but I want to just lay out real quick. So that we got this. And we can get started here with laying this out. Oh, and you know what I didn't bring? Got a whole bunch of stuff with me, but I didn't bring RoboPorts. RoboPorts. All right, so if we do did this, right? How does that do for us? We're off by a little bit if we do that, huh? No, yeah. We don't get the full benefit of the substation. Well, you know what? We'll have to play around with the RoboPorts. None of this is set in stone. It's going to move around anyway. So next thing I want to start doing is we're going to go ahead and start making miners. I want to start making the miners so we can start grabbing these ore patches. And for the miners, we need to make them in a foundry. And one of the things we need is the molten iron. Now, I got all this iron here. And if we look at the recipe for iron, we can either do molten iron from lava, and it's going to give it 250, and it's going to give us 10 stones. And it's going to take 1 calcite. The thing with it is 500 lava, but lava is essentially infinite. We can also make molten iron from iron ore and calcite without having a stone residue and without having to bring in the molten iron, the lava, and what have you. And we get more. We get 500. But here's my thought process. To get iron ore in the reverse direction is a pain in the butt. So even though we got to get rid of the stone, we can throw the stone back in the lava. And lava is infinite. Calcite, we're going to be using some calcite either way, and we're going to be getting half as much if we do it this way, but it's only 1 calcite, and we got a lot of calcite. So I think, rather than doing this, while we would get more molten iron, I think I want to save the iron ore, because the iron ore is used in concrete. And then we need concrete to make refined concrete, and we need refined concrete to make rails and things like that. So I could burn through this and put it in a foundry, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to save this iron ore for use as iron ore in other recipes. That's kind of my thought process there. So first thing we got to do is we're going to make ourselves some foundries. So to make more foundries, we're going to need, well, you know what? Before we do that, let's do this. Get that started. That's going to use up the last of our steel. Okay? So for this, we need the tungsten carbide, and we're going to need steel, and we're going to need that refined concrete. Now, fortunately, I think I did bring some refined concrete, didn't I? Or did we already use all of it? We may have already used all of it when we made that. So we may have to make some more refined concrete. Now, refined concrete isn't terrible to make. It does require water, and water is going to require us to process and make water from steam condensation from acid neutralization. So we've got to take some acid and 1 calcite. That's going to give us steam, and then we take the steam and we put it in a chem plant, and that's going to make us water. So we need to get our water going so that we can make our production. So let's do that first. And this is not going to be the permanent end all be all. Are we? That's heavy oil. Okay. This is not going to be the permanent end all be all location. We're just putting it here to be able to get this process started. Okay. So where is our chem plants? We didn't bring them with us. Let's go down here and get our chem plants. Let's grab our chests. We may need some more chests. Okay, so to make water, we need steam. To make steam, we need calcite and sulfuric acid. And we need our chem plant. All right, so we got sulfuric acid there. We got calcite there. If we put this puppy like right here, right? You know what? Better yet, put it like that. And then we have an output that's not blocked, and then we can go in with this and in with that and out with that. And we can start making water. So this is, oh wait, no. This makes us steam, right? And then water is just steam in a chem plant. Water is just steam in a chem plant. Steam in a chem plant, and now we have water. I'm not going to hook the power up yet, and then come out of there. And now we have water, right? Okay. Now, so that's going to do that. That's going to put it in there, and that's going to put it in the tank. So now we've got the water portion going, all right? And we just let that run and let that fill up. So from that, we need refined concrete. So refined concrete needs concrete, iron sticks, iron plate, or steel plate, iron sticks, and concrete. All right, so, and then concrete's got to have the iron and the stone bricks and the blah, blah, blah. So the next thing I guess we want to start then really is the iron production. So let's take a pump up here and bring some molten lava down, because apparently molten lava doesn't melt iron pipes somehow. So if we take a an iron ground pump and put iron pipes on it, it won't fit there because of that hill. All right, fine. How about, no, because that hill will still be in the way. How about there? And for right now, we're just going to bring it over here so that we've got it available. So now we've got the acid available, we've got the lava available. We're going to go ahead while we're up here and place the rest of these pumps. Oh, well, frack. Yes, I'm using a bunch of above ground pipes. I can go back and replace them later with undergrounds and make it fit. I just want to do it this way to get all of these links lined up. Ain't that special sounding? Anybody for a mud bath? All right, is that la-di-da-di? That looks like la-di-da-di. And we'll come back and put one there. Almost, but not quite. If that hill wasn't there, we could reach. Could have used a tall tower, but why? Alright, and then... Now these are not quality pumps, I just grabbed pumps. Eventually we want to replace these with quality pumps. But now we got all but one. There we go. Everybody should be hooked up now. Yeah, it looks like everybody is hooked up now. Okay. So now we got that going. So now let's, I guess the main thing we really need to get going now is our iron. We get our iron going, and then we can get steel plates going. And molten iron. So molten iron from lava. So calcite lava produces stone. And like I say, we will truck the stone back to the lava and make it back into stone again. So molten iron from lava. Molten iron from lava. Missed it by one. Figures. Alright. So it's not the corner one, it's the next one. I wish the pipes showed up before you pick the recipe with these ones. Would make it nice, but it doesn't, of course. Alright, so there's that. Now we gotta bring in calcite. And this is just to, like I say, this is just all to get us going. Once we got this all going, then I can go ahead and pretty it up. Once we have a few of them made. Alright, so that is going to give us molten iron, and it's going to give us stone. For right now, we will just box up the stone. And then we will go dispose of it later when we have more belts. Alright, so that's iron. So from iron we need steel plates, right? And that is going to be molten iron steel plates. So that's going to be another one of these puppies. We're going to give it a space so that we can put in a pipe and tell that steel. And then that's going to come out into a chest for now. So that's going to give us that. What else do we need over here to make these things? Steel, green circuits, which we'll get to. We've got some that we can just put in there for now. Lube, we're making the lube, so we're good on that. So we have to do the refined concrete. We are making this, but we're not putting the carbon in. What else is it missing? Carbon, sulfuric acid, tungsten ore. We're not putting the tungsten ore in. Now this tungsten ore I am going to use up, because when we mine, we will mine tungsten ore out of the patches. So I don't mind using that ore up. That's going to give a... What was this here for? I don't know. Because we got everything we need to get that, right? And that's going to make that, although we got a bunch of it that we found, we can add later. Alright, so that's going to make that. For right now, we're just going to hand gem it in here, because like I say, we're going to move this all around. I just want to get the process going. So put that in there. And then we got the steel plate that we're going to be making, which, let's go over here and hook that up. That's going to give us steel plate. So that's going to give us our foundries, right? Lube. Refined concrete's the only thing we're not making right now. We're making the steel plate. We're low on power because we never ran the line up here. We went down and we did all that mess, but then we never ran the line up here. So let's run the line up here real quick. There we go. Now we got power. Everything should have power now. All right. And we'll probably move this down with the rest of them here in a little bit. So that's going to give us that. This is going to bump up and give us, that's going to give us our water. This is going to give us our foundry, right? Didn't we have enough iron in here to make steel in there to make one? I guess we didn't. How much steel does that take? 50. I guess we didn't have enough in there. We will now. We can make another one of those. And we will eventually, like I said, belt this stuff in. So that's going to give us the foundry. Okay. Let us look at concrete. So concrete is iron ore, steel bricks, and water. So we are going to need something else that I don't have in hand. Only so many spaces. You only got so many hands. Okay. So we're going to need brick. Well, we got stone. And now we got brick. Right? Now we got brick. Okay. So, brick and iron ore and agua in an assembler is going to make us concreta. Right? So then we just need this and that. And this is why I wanted to not use this in the smelting process, so that we can use it here to make concrete with it. Oops. There we go. So that should now be making us, well, once we do this, concrete. So now we need refined concrete, which is concrete and then steel plate and iron sticks. So we got the steel plate there. If we put that there, oh, wait a minute. That needs water too. Alright, I have an idea, maybe. Let's put this down here, and then that into that, right? So then that's the bricks. That's the iron ore. That's going to come out into there. Concrete. Refined concrete. Water, water. Everywhere, but not a drop to drink. Alright, so that's going to be making that. That's going to come into here. Now we just need the iron plate. To get into that. So, can we... Will that reach? That will reach. So we put that there instead. That gives us our iron plate into there. Now we just need our sticks. How do we make sticks from what we've got? How do we make iron plate? So we need a foundry and molten iron. And we are making molten iron here. So then we come off of that into a foundry to make our sticks. So if we do this, and do we have another foundry? We don't, but we do now, should have. Not yet. Okay. Why not? Where's... I swear we put... Now, I know I could have sworn that we did this. Oh. That would help. Dumbass. Now we're making foundries. Alright, so this foundry is going to make iron plate. Gonna have to make some more towers soon. Alright, so that gives us the iron plate, and then iron plate is going to give us sticks. And then sticks I'm putting that in the chest because we're going to steal some of that to make our poles at some point. Fine. You know what I need to do is ship up some telephone poles. Oh, sugar. Speaking of shipping stuff, Valley Forge should be here. So Fulgora, deliver cargo. Don't let me forget that a second time. All right. That to that. All right. So now we have our refined concrete that we need here. So everything is good there. We've got a production chain for that. Now let's look at these puppies. We're not making electric engines yet, but we brought an ass ton with us. And then we brought red circuits, and we brought all of that stuff. The only thing we're not making is the tungsten carbide. Well, we didn't bring. We've got it. We're making it. So that is all made in a foundry and includes molten iron. Alright, so this is molten iron. Can we steal the molten iron? Grab another foundry. I wanted to put it down there, but I'm running low on undergrounds. That is that, right? And then this, we're going to do this. I should probably have already done that here, but I did not. But that's okay, because we're not making any more right now anyway. So we need red circuits, motors, electric mining drills, the iron, and the tungsten carbide. All right, so let's take out, let's put in half of each of these. So that we have room for the tungsten carbide. That's going to give us that. We got everything, it looks like. Right? Looks like we got everything we need. Yep, we're making our first big mining drill. Okay, so now we got our mining drills set up. I mean, it's not pretty, and we're gonna have to hand jam some stuff until we get some more belts run. Now for belts, iron wheels. You know what we're gonna do for that? We're going to do the same thing we did over on Fulgora. We are going to automate all of that, or not automate it, but we're going to bot it. We're gonna make a big bunch of these, and we're just going to bot a lot of stuff for that kind of thing. Now that we've got our base production of iron, steel, and bricks, and refined concrete, we can go back and put provider chests on these. We can start, let's do copper too. Let's start making copper. Copper is molten copper from lava, is one calcite, gives us a bunch of stone and molten copper. So let us set up just a basic copper production as well, simply so that we have it and can access it. So there's that. There's the same stone. How fast is this filling up? Yeah, we're going to have to belt that over soon. Copper. Calcite. What are we not getting? Oh, that's the wrong recipe. We want that recipe, right? Calcite, lava, molten copper. So that's going to give us our copper. So now we got copper plate, we got iron plate. And since lava is pretty much a, oops, dummy. Copper plate. White list. Copper plate. Yes. So now the copper plate is going to come out of... Oh, no, 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 no. We need one more of those. What are we missing? Concrete. Concrete. Alright, we need one more of these to make our copper plate. Come on. Make it a good one. Not a good one, but we'll use it. Alright, so that goes into that. And then that makes our copper plate. Oh well, I was hoping. Can we move that over by one and not kill anything else? We can move that over by one and not kill anything else. Good. There we go. So now we got copper plate, we got iron plate, we got sticks, we got steel, we got bricks, we got concrete. We don't have regular concrete. I should have put a space. I can still do, well, I can still do that. We can move this over. And maybe we can move it over. Because that would be here. And then here. Then that wouldn't reach. Yes, it would. Yes, it would. We just got to move that over. And then that to there. Right? So just to make sure with that. So that's going to go to there. That's going to be that. Click the check mark. Sometimes you have to, sometimes you don't have to. Alright, there we go. And then there. Alright, we're back to producing that. Now we've got a box that we've got concrete in. I think everything there is done. That's going to start giving us... Oh, and we got 2 good ones already. Alright. So now we can go over here. And we can figure out where this coal patch is because you can't really see it. And we can start putting in these miners. And I'm going to put these 2 miners in the front so that when they run out, actually, you know what? I'm going to put them all the way in the back. They'll run out faster in the back. It's weird how that works, but it does. All right. I wish it was easier to see the edge of this coal deposit. Where did they go? There they are. Now this is going to change how we do this. Because of the way belting is going to have to go and how electric is going to have to come to them is going to get a little odd, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We're only going to start with one row. We don't need a metric crap ton right now. But I am going to put these two quality ones here at the end so that they get used up, well, theoretically first. So we can yank them out and send them away later. Alright. So now, yeah, it's going to change. It's going to change a little bit how we line these up, I guess, as far as power. We're still going to just run down them, but it's going to definitely change the way we do our poles, because medium poles will reach and short poles would use a ton of them. So but that'll work. Alright, the mech suit could be a little quieter, because I think that's going to get old with a somewhat of a quickness. I like it, it's cool, but I think it's going to get old with a quickness. Alright, so there's that. Let's go up here, because we've got our sulfuric acid going. Let's go up here and do our calcite, and then we'll call it an episode, because that should have all of our basics dealt with for the most part, because we're already making lube. Alright, so I think right about there. See, I know these extend wider, so it's going to tell me, but I kind of try to, I'm weird that way. I try to get to the edge of the patch, or right at the edge of the patch, for my first one. That'll reach all the way to there, so I think we're okay. I'm weird a lot of ways. What am I saying? Alright, so there it is. That's all of our miners. We are out of miners. Only we're making more, so we're not really out of them. And we are also out of poles. So we're going to have to make poles. Poles are somewhat easy to make, though. Copper cable. We got to make some copper cable, but that's an easy fix. Let's go ahead and take care of that right now. We got the copper plates. Let's do what I said we're going to do. Let's put down here should be within everything within it, and here should be everything within it. And here, but we'll need to give it power. All right, so we got to power those two, but that's for another time. Right this second, can we? Now that we know where everything is, can we slip that in there and that in there? All right, that gives us everything powered there. So that gives us some more poles. But then, if we go here and we go there, 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 we're going to put one there for now. Like I say, we're going to belt that out. That's a requester. That's a requester. That's a provider. What are you missing? Motors. We went through all our motors already? Alright, motors is going to be something we're going to have to work to start making. I ain't putting no more in. That's what you're getting for now. We're going to have to start making motors. Alright. And then requesters, provider, why are you not working right now? Oh, because of that. Okay. Alright, so now if we take that out and put, no, it's not far. Okay. How close do you have to be to that guy? That will reach. If that will reach, and then we do that, that puts that within, and then we do that. Okay, there's our, there we go. Now we got a bot network. It's rudimentary at best, but it is a network. We'll put in one set of these. Okay, so there we go, guys. Let's go back. I have to get this finished up. I keep getting distracted. We get all this shipped. I'll get this shipped back to Novice. Let's look at what we're going to grab, and then we'll call it an episode. All right, so yes, please. Yes, please. This one, I'm not ready to redesign my ship yet, my transport ship, so we're going to take that, but we're going to take it a little further along. That's a lot. Ooh, yes, please. What do we take to build those? Tungsten plate. Okay, we'll have to be shipping it, or we'll ship in the either shipping the belts or shipping the plate at some point. That's almost done. That needs both, and it's 2,000. So we're not ready for that yet because we're not making science here yet. But all of this was waiting on science here anyway. We put that on there. 2,000, 1,500. I really, really, really want artillery. So we're going to do that. Which one's more important to us? This one. And then this one. Alright, so there we go. We got to start making science up here so we can get it shipped back. And science is not going to be terrible hard. We're already making all the stuff for it. We just got to make it and then mail it. Oh, and we got to put this down too, don't we? Didn't we make one? Yeah, here it is. Where do we want to put our rocket silo? Somewhere out of the way for right now. We can move it. So there's our rocket silo. And let's do 50 of these. We're not making fuel yet. That's going to be the next thing we're going to have to do is make some fuel. We're going to want 50 of those. Alright, so there's going to make us fuel. we're just going to make fuel, and then the rocket will be ready. And that's kind of minor, I hope. We got all our basic stuff set up. I'm going to probably do some cleaning up of this stuff and get the rest of our miners going on our patches, and we'll go from there, guys. So next episode, we should have both of those patches covered. We should have some of this cleaned up, and we can go from there. All right, you guys have a good day. Talk to you later. Bye.